just south of historic Pioneer Square at CenturyLink Field in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Right back to Dixon. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Defense showing blitz. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. First down, they go with Dixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they're operating in the red zone. On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. It got him in. It's Woods. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal from the 5. On 1st and goal, Dixon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And some room to maneuver. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive. And the ball is knocked out. And some room to work. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. Trying to pound it in with Dixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll try again with Dixon. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Wilson on 3rd and 2. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they recover the fumble in plus position, but they can't go anywhere. In fact, they go backwards, but they do get a field goal out of it.
They'll take the 3, but in a lot of ways, they feel like they let themselves down by not capitalizing, and they definitely let the defense down for getting the key turnover.
And now out come the Steelers. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. On the toss play, this is Dixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Haynes. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you've got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now a handoff looking right. Stiff-armed him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. 2nd down following the run. And now here's a carry heading left. A big hit. Knocked out sideways. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So 2nd and 10 here. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
They stay on the ground with Dixon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Right side complete. That's Woods. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Roethlisberger going to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Now a handoff as they run left side. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish.
He rifles one that's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And now here's a carry heading left. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
And the Steelers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Rolling to his left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 31 on third down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. It usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go.
On play action, it's Dobbs. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. In the red zone this time. They go play action here on first down. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. John Johnson with the INT. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, here's Wilson. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Play clock winding down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Play action. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. Airing it out deep for Woods. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing again here, Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's John Ryan now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And it's 17-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now Wilson on second down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. The play fake to Lacy. Now this is Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 35. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And that takes us from second to third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On third down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Allen. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now Wilson on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Time running out here on the play clock. On second down, Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Off the fake to Lacy, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. Now the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a handoff as they run left side. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st down, Wilson. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Woods. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hey, I got number 80.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Haynes. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. A swing pass caught, and they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw again is Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's got some space here. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Now they try the right side here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme. I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.